And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I apologize, but I hope you enjoyed the brutal OSC during that break, as we have returned with our second match of the night. We just wrapped up with EonBlu versus Fiant, and now we are back with EonBlu versus MaNa instead. Round 1 has concluded, and we're diving right into round number 2, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Crimson Court, we have the Polish Protoss player, the Red Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is MaNa. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Orange Zerg player, going for a 15-15 from the land of Germany, representing Berliner Esports Club. It is EonBlu. Here we go. So again, I apologize for the downtime, but we just did have to wait for all of round 1 to conclude, and now we can delve into round number 2. Again, there's 5 rounds in total. The group stage, or the round robin group stage, is quite large, quite intense, and there are going to be 2 groups played out today. Group A followed by Group B. Tomorrow is going to be C and D. So a lot of matches, a lot of StarCraft, 10 best of 3, at least 10 best of 3s, at least 10, potentially more, if we can get into some of these other series as well, depending on how fast or how slow some matches are. For now, it's, oh, never mind. I thought it was a 15-15. It was an extractor trick initially, but we were forced to take the unnatural natural regardless. So 15 hatchery into the rest of our setup here, into our gas and spawning pool a little bit later. Which again is a little bit less than ideal. The purpose of the initial extractor trick is to be able to get your expansion on location at the natural. EonBlu was forced to expand elsewhere, so a little bit more of a more uncomfortable opener. Regardless, we are settling in, and across the map we do have MaNa going for a gain expand into Cybercore. Now, this is of course MaNa's second series of the night. We didn't get to quite catch it, but on the mainstream, MaNa faced off against Clem, and Clem took it in the end, but it was a 2-1 score. MaNa did already take a map off of Clem, which is quite impressive. It does show us, does reveal to us that MaNa is looking in form here tonight, especially in the PvZ matchup that may be coming into play, that may be a factor in his series against Ryung. But what about his PvZ? What about against EonBlu? That is the question. Curious how he will open up. We did cast MaNa yesterday, if you recall, during the DreamHack at Dallas Open stage. During the open bracket, we were going over some of the replays. Did see some of MaNa's PvZ, and MaNa was quite aggressive. We saw a lot of aggressive builds here. Stargate openers into a Twilight Council, into Glaive Adepts, into 3-base all-ins. A lot of aggression in the mid-game from MaNa, at least last night. We'll see if that continues here against EonBlu. But now, Stargate opener should be into Oracle. We'll keep an eye on whether or not we make him Void Ray. First Adept is moving out across the map. EonBlu just droning up, setting up his queen, setting up his lings. So far is keeping up with the Adept aggression, as the First Adept does threaten the shade. Just getting an eye on the drone count. Does threaten the natural and dips into the main. Dips into the main base. That does come in from the left-hand side. So far, we're able to keep up. Oh! First Adept goes down. Nice catch here out of EonBlu. A bit of an overextension out of MaNa. Not bad at all. Likewise, EonBlu, he does mine through these gold mineral patches, looking to expand elsewhere. Where are we going? Let's go. The drones, we're mining through the gold mineral patches. We're headed across the map, looking to mine through these patches as well. And MaNa has no idea. MaNa has no vision. No, but he checks. MaNa checks. The Oracle does get eyes on the drones. The drones are going down. Oh, EonBlu trying to be cheeky, but 3 drones go down. I loved the initiative. I loved the idea, but MaNa did check. We only mined through one of those patches, and the others, they're still there. And MaNa, yep, he's going to be on hold position. He is going to be checking that wall, lying in wait. More lings flooding across the map. Behind this, EonBlu is droning, but we did invest into all these lings, and so far, we're not achieving too much with it. We're at least keeping the Oracles back at home, and we are denying the third, and at least, oh my, we're still going. At least because we mine through these middle patches, it means that we can deny the third base here on the left-hand side as well. Oh, as we do mine through one patch, but there's one left. We're bleeding out a lot of drones at the same time. Oracles, they get across the map. Spore is not done. Queen goes down. We get a Queen, we get a handful of drones as well. It's going to be 4 workers falling. Oh, getting a 5th drone in the main. On top of that, we have to commit across the map. We're trying to bust down that wall. Shield battery is done. Overcharge going to be available. The Cyber Core stands strong. And MaNa is holding. EonBlu losing how many? 8 drones in total. Plus, we had to invest into all these lings. Could have been drones. So EonBlu's economy is still struggling to keep up. Meanwhile, MaNa behind this, working towards +1 and charge, not blink. Okay. Looking to hit an earlier push, an earlier timing, I imagine. We'll see if MaNa can expand. I guess, again, that's the other upside here of our position, is MaNa takes the center base. Lings will be able to punish this. They're going to surround on the Stalker, on the Adept, the Probe as well. Can we force a cancel? Looks like we can. We can and we will. So this isn't all dire straits here for EonBlu. Again, he's at least containing MaNa, denying the third, catching a couple of good trades here and there. MaNa will eventually break out though, as that is a lot of Zealots, soon to be charged lots. Oh, can we get the bait? Can we get the probe? We can! Whew. We delay the third base a little bit longer. Nice out of stepping here out of MaNa. Shaving off a lot of lings. A lot of lings going to be going down. Voider production has begun. Double Archives here for Archon production. But the charge lots are coming! Charge is 10 seconds away from finishing. We're pushing in. Queen's getting in position. Lings are on the way. Roach production has begun, but oh, is it too late? The Roaches are getting here just in time. I say that one Queen going to be going down. We need a little bit more time for transfuse. And more Chargels have arrived. Just a little bit too late here with these Roaches. The Queens are going down. But can we save the workers? As we have 22 more lings in production. Chargels are getting to the mineral line. They're going for the spine call at the same time. EonBlu looking to deny the third base once again. And EonBlu hasn't lost many drones at least. We have retained our worker count at the third. And spine crawler in the natural. Going for the hatch. Oh my god. I mean, we can pick what we want here. We're going for the base. Now going into the main. Across the map, we have kept our base alive. The Nexus does stand strong. And now we bust into the main. EonBlu just barely has any gas to work with. Just the one gas, guys. We can't afford more Roaches. GG gets called. And MaNa takes game number 1. Whew. GG. MaNa does take the first game, but I appreciate the ingenuity there from EonBlu. I have, despite these minerals being a thing, outside of the early days of the patch, I haven't actually seen many players try to go for an all-in like that, where they mine through those gold patches and they try to sneak out across the map. Not something we see too often, so I appreciated the effort there by EonBlu. Unfortunately, it got scattered, it got found out, and MaNa was able to shut it down before it really got going. EonBlu got some damage done with the denial of the third, but we weren't able to minimize our losses back at home. The Oracles went ham, and unfortunately we only had the one gas, guys. We barely had any Roaches to build up towards. The charge counterattack was brutal. GG. GG, well played with that. MaNa takes the first game, but I'm excited. I want to believe we can bring it back here as we get into game number 2. We're going to be loading into Alcyone. Let's go. Let us go. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Alcyone, we have our Polish Protoss player, the Red Protoss representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. Looking to claim the series, looking to take the 2-0. Can we pull this off? It is MaNa for Team Liquid. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have our orange Zerg player representing Berliner Esports Club. Looking to bounce back. It is EonBlu. I kind of feel like it's a bit of a disservice to have EonBlu in this tournament. I would say, as a rule, as we always have in our chat, respect the players. Respect the players here, regardless of who we are casting. I mean, hey, we cast amateur players all the time. As a reminder, HomeStory Cup is an invitational. There are no qualifiers for HomeStory Cup. They can invite who they choose. So, yeah, I would not say that whatsoever. Yeah, check yourself, lad. Check yourself. Whether it's other players, whether it's other casters, all we do ask is to respect them in the chat. So now we're settling in. Going for our natural base. Going to be a hatch gas pool setup here from... Oh, no, never mind. My apologies. I just made an assumption. Going for a faster gas. So gas pool into A later hatchery here from EonBlu, much more aggressive. The Probe Scout does confirm the earlier Gas Geyser. MaNa is aware of the potential faster link speed from EonBlu. This could be for a faster Roach Warren as well. We'll see if we pull out of gas after initially link speed. We have options. EonBlu does have options here. MaNa has confirmed that MaNa should be getting ready back at home. Okay, as we do pull out. Okay, we pull out of gas. Link speed is on the way. We're not going towards Bailings, or we recheck. I was going to say we're not going towards Bailings or a Roach Warren. MaNa does confirm that there is no hidden tech. There's no structure behind the mineral line. And we pull back in. Okay. Okay, I see you, EonBlu. So he pulls out, pulls back in, and now that the probe has gone down, now we throw down the tech structure. Show us what you got. It's going to be the Roach Warren. So once again, some cheeky moves here out of EonBlu. Do love to see it. And we'll see how MaNa responds. Again, it's, for all that MaNa knows, it's just link speed. First couple links going to be slipping in for a full scout. It's going to be a Stargate opener out of MaNa. This should be for oracles. We could play things safe and go for a Void Ray opener. I'm curious if we go that far. But now should be an oracle out of MaNa. Additional links that do slip in. Adept shades across the map. We can go for the pylon. Pylon under fire. Probes, a couple of them coming down to low ground, throwing down a second pylon just in case. First one getting low. Nice control there out of EonBlu. Ooh, bleeds out one of those Zerglings, and we barely do keep the pylon alive. Behind this, we're all in. We're completely all in. We're cutting workers at 17. We have not droned in quite some time. Nothing but roaches and lings, and now we have confirmed. Yeah, we get eyes on the Roach Warren. MaNa sees all he knows, all back at home. There's the Void Ray on the way that we spoke about. I mean, now we have good reason to make a Void Ray. Some Void Rays in production, shield battery, we have the second pylon as well, just to be safe. MaNa is preparing. So we do continue to flood leads across the map, going for the Cybercore. I mean, we have a backup Cybercore on the way, so MaNa already thinking ahead here. Already willing to lose the Cybercore, is ready for it. Shield battery is done. Yeah, lings are going to be going down. Roaches as well. Against the Void Ray especially, we can't really do much here. Ay, ay, ay. Again, if only this wasn't scattered. If that were to occur, if MaNa was a little bit greedier, then we maybe would have seen an Oracle instead. Not as much of a hard commitment into the defense. We do bust through, though. We're busting into the natural. Lings are flooding in. Going for the Stalker. Yeah, we have to go for the shield battery first. We have to deny that overcharge. The wall off is going to be denied. We break into the natural. Stalkers are going down to this as well, but it's all about the probe kills. How many workers can we get? As we just rush into the mineral line. Voids are being pulled. Not too many lings left over. We wall off. MaNa fully walls off. Yeah, and with that wall off, EonBlu cannot break through. Is attempting to, but now we have a second wall off behind this. Another set of pylons. And EonBlu runs out of steam. GG, well played. MaNa will take the series 2-0. Will get his first win of the night. GG. GG. GG, well played. MaNa will take it. Again, I appreciate that EonBlu was being very fluid with his build there. Unfortunately, MaNa was playing safe anyway, right? Like, MaNa, he maybe wasn't necessarily buying what he was scouting and just willing to, in a way, be a little bit less efficient and less economic just to be safe and secure against EonBlu, which I think is a smart thing to do. Went for the second pylon, right? Went for the Void Ray first. He went for the secondary scout. I say secondary scout. The Adept went straight into the main just to get eyes on any hidden tech structure. Did confirm. And MaNa was able to respond quite nicely there. There was an opportunity for EonBlu. It was a shame that one probe had survived on the low ground. If you remember, because that probe had survived, it meant that we were able to wall off while EonBlu was busy in the main. That meant that reinforcements could not flood in. That meant that the workers were retained. The workers did survive. GG. GG, well played with that. That does wrap up our second series of the night. And once again, it means that we do have a little bit more downtime here. I believe we could potentially cover Clem versus Hydra. Clem versus Hydra is another series that is, I believe, in Game 1, potentially Game 2. If they're still in Game 1, we can cast it. We can jump into Clem versus Hydra. But it depends on where they are in this series and where they happen to be.